Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Juliana and this is Bloom with Juliana. Thank you for being here. I hope that you learned something that I can help you to be the best version of yourself, to do your best, and to always live in the best way that you want to live, because I believe that everyone deserves the best and everyone can be all that they want to do. It only requires effort and hard work, just intentional work on yourself and intentional desire to be the best that you can be. So today I just want to pour my thoughts out in terms of words about where I'm at in life, in the thoughts of friendships, dating and marriage, money and all that. And I hope that this conversation with myself will in one way help you to also get into your thoughts and think about all this and push yourself to be the best that you can. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. So let's get to the talk. The pressure is getting worse, and I say that in all seriousness. But to some extent, I feel like I am pushing myself and expecting way too much of myself than I should at this moment. I beat myself up for really relatively small things, but to me, it does not seem like small things. And everything is kind of changing in my life in terms of my beliefs and my thoughts and the way I perceive things. And I'm happy about it because I'm starting to question things and trying to understand the truths as truths instead of what I was told was true. And I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited about this process because I believe at the end of it all, I'll be a better person in a better position with better self awareness and understanding and to some extent self acceptance, even though so much is changing. I also have to be honest and say that at times I'm scared that things are happening too fast in my life. I'm scared and afraid that I'm not mature enough or I'm not ready enough to receive some of the things that I'm receiving in my life. And I'm afraid that when I do get what I'm getting in my life, or what I can see myself getting at this point, it could go either way. It could go negative for me or positive. And my greatest fear is that everything happens so fast and I lose myself in it. And I'm also excited because there is a chance that when everything works out, then I'll be in a better position and in a better state of mind. But the fear is there, really. The fear that I'll get lost in these things and I'll lose myself in it. But thinking about fear, I embrace it. I'm learning to embrace my fear and to find the reason why I'm really afraid of it and what the root cause of it is. And really it's a really beautiful, I'd say, process, just because sometimes I find myself just smile at a thought that I have and just think to myself, I wouldn't have thought about it like that a few months ago. I would be afraid to think of such a thing. I would feel like I was doing the wrong thing by just thinking about something. And now that everything about my beliefs and my thoughts is changing, I'm excited about this new chapter of my life. And today felt I needed to just kind of talk to myself, or I mean, this is like having a conversation with someone who's not physically with me, but sometimes I just like to talk to myself or to people that are not there. It helps me to put things into perspective, because when I talk about it, even though I'm alone, I kind of find myself say things and just realize that's exactly what's going on in my mind. And so that's what this video is about. And the one thing that's really, really changing, my thoughts are changing about, is dating, relationships, and marriage. For some reason, I have been so held up in this place where I always saw that marriage was the end goal. Marriage was always for me where I wanted to be. And don't get me wrong, I admire marriages and I want to be married one day, have a family, probably have kids. And the thing about this is that I always thought that this was the prize, that this was the end goal. It was everything that I could have wanted. And I wanted to get married early. I wanted to get married at 25 or 26, according to my high school plans. And just think that I'll be turning 27 next month, and I'm not in a relationship. I'm not in a talking stage with any guy. So that would mean that it's just not possible, and the time has already passed. And and right now, thinking about me being 27, I have come to accept that I can't get married at least for the next 3 years, at least until I turn 30, because I'm the kind of girl who wants to know somebody for at least 2 years, like get to really understand a person. And so for me, I am constantly reminding myself that I have 3 years where I'll be single, in terms of I'll not be married. Whether I meet somebody today or tomorrow, next month, or next year, I am assured that for the next 3 years, I will be a single lady, not married. And so it's allowing myself to think about myself at this moment, and having had so many people talk about their 20s and advise the 20-year-olds that your 20s are your selfish year. I'm embracing that. I'm taking it upon myself to be selfish in these remaining 3 years as I towards 30, and just being okay with that, being okay being single, not feeling like I'm missing out, not feeling like I'm I'm losing something. And these thoughts come at times where I fear that I'm missing out on something great, especially when I see my friends have their weddings, go on rurashios, others are already married, have kids, be in really good relationships. And it gets to me at times. I'll be honest, it gets to me at times, but it's just being in a position where I remind myself that it's okay to be single, that I may be missing the companionship and the partnership, but beyond that, there is nothing really that I am missing. And being okay with just being single and becoming the best version of myself that I can be, building myself up to be everything that I want to be. And it's not really an easy process or journey. It pushes me to really keep on reminding myself that I'm enough, that I'm that I'm enough, because it's something I've struggled with since my teenage years. And I have to remind myself I'm enough and that I'm not single because I lack something or anything of that sort, but just it's the process. And the I'm not sure whether it's the worst part of it or it's the best of it, but at this moment, my standards have really gone up. I've interacted with guys, and now I know what I want from a guy and with a guy. But the guys that I've interacted with, they, I'll never get what I want with them. And so it's raising my standards have just gone up, and I'm okay waiting to until I can get what I want. I'm not afraid to wait as long as it takes, but I'm ready to wait for as long as I have to wait until I can get what it is that I want. And I know it's hard. Trust me, it's hard, especially when you're going out with friends and everyone is in a relationship or something of the sort, and you're the only one introducing yourself as single, and your friends will be like, I thought you were seeing somebody last year. And you're like, well, it didn't work out. It's not an easy thing, but I'm getting over that. And just to think about life in general, besides relationships and dating, there are things I want to be able to do. I have always had a dream to travel to India before I get married. And so, don't ask me why India, but for some reason, I think it was influenced by some books I read in campus. So just allowing myself to really experience life without putting myself in a box of thinking that I can only enjoy life if I'm in a relationship or if I'm married. So it's allowing myself to really experience life, experience adventure, go out, study, go for my master's, study that, just build myself so that when I demand high standards, it's because I feel that I deserve them. So I'm gonna push myself to build myself in every way that I can, advance my career, and to really move forward as a career woman at this moment, and just get into my happy single era as a woman, just enjoy my building era of becoming the best that I can at this moment, the best version that I can, trusting the process in all this, and just seeing that I attain what it is that I set myself for. The the other thing is friendships. Uh, I'm that kind of a friend who will call, who will reach out to friends and catch up. But I'm also realizing that for the last year or so, I started pulling back from that when I realized, like, I felt like I was just pushing myself on everyone, because I would always find myself being the one that always texts first, always calls. And sometimes you sit back and wonder, especially when you call somebody and you are friends, you used to talk, and you call them and you have nothing to talk about, and it's sad. And so I'm allowing myself to just reach out to a friend once in a while and just say hi, even though there's nothing to talk about. Just say hi. Try just remind them by just calling that you treasured their friendship when you did have a friendship. And it's hard right now to maintain friendships because when we were in school, we were always together. We always came together to class. And so there was that meeting place and you had time to spend together. But now that we graduated and everyone is moving into different kind of career paths, people are traveling out of the country, others are out. I mean, we're in different counties, we're in different cities, and even when we are in the same city, everyone is in a different company or organization, and everyone is doing different things. Some are going on with their studies, others are starting families, and so responsibilities are becoming more and more. And it's really an interesting time, because this is when you realize that you have to be very intentional with your friends and your friendships. And I've been able to really remain close with a few of my friends, and also tried to remain in contact with as many as I can, but it's really a challenge. And so I push my friends to really just get time to come together, because I believe if we can just come together once in a while, see each other, catch up on where we are in life and such things, help each other think about things we can do to build ourselves up. It's a really interesting season, especially because of the point that we are in life at the moment, where we are growing, we are becoming different people, we're moving into new responsibilities and all, and I'm loving every bit of it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is money and finances. At the moment, um I think all my problems, if I would call them problems, are money problems. And honestly, at, at the point that I am, I think that if I got more money, then I'd be absolutely okay with everything else in my life. And I want to put it here as a disclaimer that money will not solve all your problems, but money will solve all your money problems. And it's been something I've have to remind myself that I don't have enough money now and I need more money, and it will solve this and this and this problem. I'll be able to do this and this and this. And I've had to remain where I am, even when there was an opportunity to really get the money so fast. I mean, a group of my friends got an opportunity, and the opportunity was paying them really well, and the opportunity was open for me, but I had promised myself to remain and just trust the process and trust that things will open up for me exactly where I was not ready to move and all that. But I had to remind myself that getting more money, if my problems were not money related, it wouldn't help. But now I have come to understand that everything else around me is okay. The only problems or challenges that I'm having is because I don't have enough money. And I have been really intentional to learn as much as I can about money. I've been following Coach Susan on YouTube. I've been listening to a few of personal finance YouTubers and content creators, and just being intentional to learn about the principles of money and investing, saving, budgeting, and all that. And I feel that I'm ready for money in my life, and I'm ready to seek it out. And I feel like now I'm more ready to handle money in my life and to be able to really improve the quality of my life. It's an interesting process because I have been in a position where I've watched people live life in a very passive way because they didn't have enough money. I've watched somebody with so much money come crashing down and just having problems with cash flow, no money, and all that. And it's been a personal experience for me, and that has encouraged me to really prepare myself, prepare my mindset so that when it comes, I won't face the same challenge. But nevertheless, I feel that I'm ready, and it's my hope that each of you, whoever is watching this, that you really understand the place of money in your life. I know we grew up being told about money does not grow on trees, the love of money is the root of all evil, and that money is never enough, money is scarce. If you have too much money, we were told that you are bad people. But I'm I'm looking at it and I'm realizing it's not entirely true. Or rather, we were just given one narrative about money, and they forgot to teach us about the importance of the money, because life and the world runs around money. That is something I'm coming to continue believing in, because I've realized without money there's so many things I can't do. I can't eat, I can't dress, I can't live. I mean, I don't have a place to live. I mean, the basic needs need money. And so for me, I'm open to having as much money as I can. Um, that's why I'm so motivated to learn about budgeting, savings, investing, and growing my money as early as now. And I'm not afraid to put my money, as small as it is, to investments that I will reap in my 50s. Like, even though I'm getting, like now, the most amount of money I get in a month is 25K. And that is on a very good month where I've been to work all days, like at least 5 days a week. I could get 25K, or 6 days a week. But I have always made sure that I put something away in an account where I cannot access it. Forget the NSSF, which is deducted before it gets to my bank. But I have always set aside another amount into another retirement account. And I have, my mindset is so set that it's okay to not have everything that I want right now, because even thinking about it, the amount I put in would not make so much change in my life at this moment, because with that kind of amount, I don't put more than 500 shillings. Putting it out there in that account right now, knowing that it will be compounded my interest on it will be compounded about over 25 years. I know that I'm making a good decision. And I've spoken to to a few of my friends about this, and they are like, what if the company collapses? But I'm like to them, what if the company does not collapse? I mean, it's and that's the reason why I really, really, really love books, because I started reading about these things early and listening to podcasts, listening to different kind of teachers, and I love how much exposure can help you to grow and to think about different things in different ways. And I'm loving every step of the way. And I'm just at a point where I'm ready to receive more. I'm open to receive more. I'm open to push myself to work for more and get more. Maybe get a side hustle. YouTube could be one, but I mean, like, a side hustle that could help me also expand or grow in my career. And now I feel so ready for more. I was for a moment there, I was afraid that if I received more, I would lose myself. I was afraid that money would cause me to be a totally different person. But now I'm welcoming it because I understand and I can see that even now, when I get the money, I could be a very different person, because I will be able to do what needs to be done. I will be able to, and in terms of what needs to be done, is I'll be able to see specialists, especially in medical field, like be in a position to see a gynecologist, to see a nutritionist, to see a dentist, to see a therapist, and that will improve the quality of life that I live. I will also be in a better position to glow up in terms of my look and my style, because I'll be in a position to acquire different kind of clothing, maybe try out makeup, try out wigs. I mean, it raises my quality of life because there is the kind of dream that I want to live, and I want to expose myself to different things to really understand what it is that will make me happy. And money will do that for me. But I had not understood that it was okay to be different for a moment, just to find out what it is that really matters to me. But now I'm open to being different and to finding what really makes me happy and what really makes me want to wake up the next day and feel that I'm ready to tackle the world and to make the difference that I was born to make. And so I'm so happy with where I am. I'm excited. I know I'll make mistakes. I know I'll be I'll I I'm open to anything that comes. It's trusting the process for me. And I know that trusting the process sometimes can be frustrating, but I'm okay with that because I understand that everything happens as it should. Whether we like it or not, it will happen as it should. And the process will unveil a step at a time. There will be drivers to the process, but it's the mindset, because the mind is a really strong thing in our lives. It's a powerful thing in our lives, and our minds are limitless, and whatever you feed your mind or whatever you believe in your mind, you will surely go through it. And I am continuing to just dig deep into my thoughts about all these topics and to just think about them deeply in a way that after I have figured it out, because as Marie Forleo says, everything is figure outable. Everything. If you set your mind towards something, you can figure it out. And I'm open to figuring out everything that's going on in me and my thoughts, my beliefs, and my perspectives, even as they change. that I'll be able to figure out how to be the best version of myself in this season of my life, and how to go about this season of my life as a single, happy, healthy woman, and be okay with growing, be okay with moving up, being okay with raising my standards, and being even more okay with sharing my beliefs openly without fear of intimidation or discrimination or anything of that sort. Just being open to share my life and how everything is changing for me from this point. And continue to remind myself that in this process, even in this journey of adulting, it, it's an interesting journey, because sometimes you sit back and you're like, why did I want to become an adult so much? Should just have enjoyed my childhood and remained a child all through. But then there are some opportunities that come in your adulthood that do not come when you're a child. And so I'm enjoying my time, and I'm thinking I will open myself up to try a number of things. And there are things I want to try. I'll mention them in another video that I feel like talking about. And just experiencing life. I'm open to experience life. I want to be as wild as I can for the next 3 years, just preparing myself for my third flow, setting myself up for success and all that. And I'm really, really glad and thankful about how everything is going on right now. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the process. My encouragement would be, sit down with your thoughts and just see what serves you, what does not serve you. Allow yourself to change your thoughts and perspectives on things, because I'm learning it's very important to growth, and it's very important to being able to embrace change in your life. So thank you for being here with me. I'm so glad that you are following me to this end. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you liked this video, hit the like button, share with a friend or two. And until next time, be you, and do your best. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.